Brett, let's go ahead and start back from the beginning, not like way at the beginning, but tell us, how did you get into this space, specifically with real estate, capital gains, and taxes? How did that all come to be for you?
Yes, great question, and thanks again for having me on the show. So most high net worth individuals who own commercial real estate, they struggle with capital gains tax. And so it started in 2005 and 6. I was started my career at Marcus & Millichap, helping people buy and sell investment real estate. And so I learned the brokerage side of things. And that was during the time when the market was very, very, let's say, a seller's market. Prices were high. People were making a lot of money, and they were doing a lot of 1031 exchanges. And as a part of that 1031 exchange, they loved to be the seller, but they loathed being the buyer, right? They felt like they were overpaying, taking on too much debt, equal or greater value, chasing deals. We call that the shotgun 1031 wedding. You're getting engaged in 45 days, and you're getting married in 180. And then the music stopped, right? And it stopped in an abrupt way in 2008. And we saw a lot of friends, family, and clients lose half, or some of them lost everything. And at the time too, I was kind of just new in the brokerage business, and I was just trying to make it myself. And I don't know if you've ever been in this position where you're working so hard at something and you're so in love with what you're doing, but you're not having a lot of traction financially. Well, that's where I was. I was newly married, had our first daughter at home, my wife and I was during this period where I started to get some success, and then I hit that brick wall of 2008. But it wasn't just my own brick wall and my wife and my family's financial brick wall, but it was also the brick wall for a lot of these clients who had worked, blood, sweat, and tears for 10, 20, 30 years buying these properties, owning these properties, doing multiple exchanges, only to find that they weren't diversified, they weren't liquid, they were fighting the banks, and they had overpaid for properties. And see, most of them knew they were overpaying at the time in the sense that they thought it was a seller's market, but they felt they had no choice. They felt they were trapped by the capital gains tax. And so I did what every good entrepreneur does, and you try to figure out a way to help your clients never have to face that ever again, but also had to keep the finances coming in. So I got a side job, side hustle at a place called Cheesecake Factory, my wife and I's favorite restaurant. And so by day, I would be making calls, trying to help negotiate with banks for my clients and or with the city and county for taxes. And by night, I'd be trying to serve cheesecake and keep the lights on at my house. And so that was a really trying time. And so the manager at Cheesecake Factory said, "Hey, look, you have 2 degrees and a minor. You're trying to be successful in real estate. It looks like you had some success, but now you're in a tough spot. I want you here for 2 years. As long as you stay for 2 years, I will hire you." So he did, and I gave him that commitment for 2 years and 1 day. By day, I was trying to figure out how to make it work. And so I learned about the Deferred Sales Trust because my manager, actually at the time in Sacramento, brought in a gentleman to speak. And he's now my business partner. His name is Robert. And he's kind of the co-founder of the Deferred Sales Trust. He's a financial advisor in this role. And he went on to tell us about how the Deferred Sales Trust could solve those limitations that the 1031 exchange often forces people to overpay for. So fast forward, I learned about it, and I started to apply it to my business. And as I started to apply it, and I rolled it out to my clients, I started to see my business grow because I started to add value beyond just what a lot of other brokers were just talking about, which was just the 1031 exchange. Fast forward, we have 5 kids, live here in Roosevelt, California, Sacramento still, and we've been able to keep my wife home full time. That's her love and her passion to raise our 5 kids. And life has never been the same. Now I coach and train and teach financial advisors, business brokers, commercial real estate agents, and syndicators, as well as luxury realtors on how to help their clients escape the capital gains tax 1031 race as well.
You have just listened to another information-packed episode of Capital Gains Tax Solutions with Brett Swarts. We hope you enjoyed today's show and found it helpful. Visit capitalgainstaxsolutions.com to access the show notes and to access more resources. Don't forget to leave a review and join us again next time.